What's up, guys? Diego Sultan here with Listener's Notes. Today we're going to be doing a review of the new Run the Jewels album, RTJ3. Before I even dive into anything, I know this dropped on around Christmas of 2016 after I dropped my list video, so this will be counted in my 2017 lists. So yeah, Run the Jewels is the collaboration of Killer Mike, who's a southern rapper, and indie rapper Abstract rapper LP. And LP and Killer Mike, both these dudes have been in the game for a long time doing all sorts of stuff musically. And when they came together to make this Run the Jewels project, they've been putting out nothing but hits. Their first two Run the Jewels albums are great. So coming in, the third one, oh, it should be great. And actually, I've seen a lot of people not like it on social media, and I'm just baffled. Like, what don't you like about this? But let's dive in and talk about all that. What I've always liked about RTJ is that they do experimental hip-hop in a way that's very straightforward, very punchy, very accessible actually. The sounds and textures in these instrumentals that LP crafts are very layered and dense. There's so many different textures, and I love that in my electronic music. And in these beats, it's no different. But it still has a lot of punch, has a lot of bass, but it has so much nuance to it, so much intricacies. And these guys as rappers, they're just on here with some charismatic flows, spitting some lyrics that tend to be a little silly, sometimes a little violent, that sort of thing. And there's generally not like some overarching concept or anything complicated to it. It's straightforward, and I like that. I have to bring this up because I've had plenty of negative comments on my worst albums video. But what makes this straightforward better than Montana 300 straightforward is that they are actually detailed in the things they give. Sure, they don't give a big concept. Yes, it's not like anything super heady in the lyrics or even the instrumentals. They're generally pretty short albums, but they put a lot of attention to detail in every word that is spoken and every sound that comes from these beats, and that's what makes it great. They don't just throw some schlock on an album and try to sell it off as some wordy hip-hop like Montana does. This is actually really refined. Honestly, I don't understand the hate towards this album because I think it's their best album. Hear me out. I think it's their best, not because they do anything new or groundbreaking, but because they take their old sound, their old style that they've been doing for the past few years, and they refine it. They really do make the best thing they possibly could. I would say this album has more personality to it, both from the MCs, but also the production. The production, in fact, is very layered and it's bouncy. It's better than the last RTJ projects because it has so many more layers and so much more kick to it. And then Killer Mike and LP, it feels like they have so much more charisma on this album. They have more charisma, their personalities are showing more. This is just a better album. It's not new, it's not different, but they perfected their formula with this. I want to start off by talking about the song Panther Like a Panther. Both of the rappers on this song are giving some ridiculous lyrics. They're both spitting hilarious one-liners on this song. And this is probably the bounciest beat on the album. It has this really thick rumbling bass to go along this sort of like metallic, static-y percussion and drumming. And then there's also some stuttering hi-hats from time to time in the song. And I just love the way this song sounds. It's so much fun. And both of these guys are just spitting bars. Simple, great beat, great flow, great delivery. Good song. What really stands out to me is Mike and LP bring so much personality, so much swagger to these already eclectic beats, and that's sort of what sells it. There's nothing like RTJ. Even if someone were to completely bite off their sound, I don't think it would have the personality or swagger that these guys bring to this sound. The production, again, it manages to be both experimental and accessible, full of bangers. The song Legend has this sort of like space sort of sample that I don't really know how to explain. It's like a probe or something, along with some very punchy drums, some sort of clinking, clashing chimes, if you will. And then just, again, good bass. The bass is a little rubbery on this one. It has a little more of like a give to it. Like, it feels more tangible than it does like a big blast. But not all the songs on this album are complete bar fests. You have songs like 2100, which features Boots, which is a little more political. Then also there are songs where they sort of touch on their family and just politics in general, which isn't a shocker because Killer Mike and LP both are very vocal in politics, Killer Mike in particular. For example, the song Oh Mama has really textured bass, and I enjoy the synth embellishment on it because it reminds me of a Death Grips song called The Fever. And I'd also just like to mention the song Talk to Me. It's another banger, great synth production, great beat. I mean, really all these songs have this formula that works. It's the same style with maybe a change up in the lyrics. There are some songs where they're a little more goofy, and then there's some songs where they really want to talk about a social or personal issue, and both are welcomed and both are executed really well. Not really much more to say about it. If I go through the songs, I'm just gonna end up repeating myself. If you like RTJ, you will like this album. If you have not heard of RTJ, try this album. There's a lot here, trust me. And I'd also like to add that there are some good features from Danny Brown and Kamasi Washington. Maybe my only complaint about this album is that there are a couple underwhelming songs that they're good, but they sound kind of like when I hear them, I'm like, you could have done a little more with that. It's okay, you know? Like, they're definitely not bad. I'm not gonna end up skipping them if I'm listening to the album, but they just could have been better. Stay Gold and the song Thieves as well. They're not bad. They're fine. They're fine songs. I'm gonna give this an 87 out of 100. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this album. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Thank you for watching. This is Listener's Notes. Can't wait to review some more music for you guys again real soon.